Listen, getting online as a black person trying to troll other people and calling them lab experiments because you found something about these people that you didn't like. So you come on here trolling them. And my problem with that is, when Jesus said nothing is new under the sun and that which was will be again, and we got people that call themselves Christians. But when it comes to what Jesus is even talking about, they don't want to talk about it. Especially the main people in whose DNA has been used in the labs, not just for experiments, but because that which was, Satan wants again, and you can see these things being again. Then before I say what I'm about to say, listen, don't get offended at nothing that I'm saying, because again, it's not new. It's already been, okay. It's just being again, and it's disguised as new because most people don't even read the scriptures, and the people that do read the scriptures are the people trying to withhold the scriptures from you while trying to give you a version of the scriptures with a twist, okay, and that twist happened to be a lie, because if you do know the truth, then many people will flock to the Holy Bible, and you're gonna understand some tea, okay, and just a lot will be exposed, right? So when Jesus said that nothing is new under the sun and that which was will be again, understand when it was, okay, so you can understand the again, all right. And so when Jesus said that, it had me thinking like, well, Lord, what have we in this what they call modern time, what is it that we have been calling new, right? But you said it already was. Mind you, nothing is new, okay? And so anytime you hear people say, oh, something, they doing something new, no, it's not, okay? And it's a lot of these people in the Christian community, for whatever reason, you haven't read past what Jesus has done on the cross. You didn't read past it. You read laws, you read different things, you've read different people, but you haven't really gone into the depth of the kind of acts that actually got people here, right? And it's not just in the book of Genesis where God created Adam and the woman, right? But what happened after the fact? Like what happened during the days of Noah, and by Noah's family being the only people to survive the flood. And then you read in also in the scriptures how even Nephilim were there after the fact. So what you mean? Like how was Nephilim there even after the flood? So this is the part where I be saying, when it comes to black people, you can't troll people when you are the main lab rat, okay? Now, when I be talking about certain stuff, when it comes to these kinds of topics, no. I'm going to need you to come on out and tell your truth. And I don't care what your race is. Don't try to hide it, because what many people don't understand is how black people have not just been the lab rat. I'm not talking about as far as the Americas alone. If you think that America's lab rats is the top lab rats, you got another thing coming. You got another thing coming, okay? We have things here that are built here in America and are sent to China, okay? Sent right on over there so that they can not just alter but patent things that somebody else can build here. So imagine the kinds of things that you don't want to talk about, the things that you know is going to get you in trouble with people, with the law, the kinds of things that you dodge and walk around while you are I'm talking about you are the main lab rat in the world. And the reason being is because you do hold a DNA that actually makes other DNAs possible. So anything that they need when it comes to medicine, anything else that's within your DNA, just like how we be complaining about that lady where they took her DNA and they made a cure for something, and till this day people don't understand how strong the DNA of black people are, that even all the way down to medicine, you can actually give DNA, or you can give some gonna say insight, some insight on how things actually work. And it don't work with everybody else's race. It doesn't do that. And so when I see other people, especially when it comes to black people talking about, I just don't understand why they don't like us. Baby, if you even understood your history, and I'm not talking about here in the Americas, I'm talking about your history overall. And it's a lot of people that look at the Holy Bible like, no, that's the white people. First of all, it don't even belong to them. And to y'all Caucasian evangelicals that let us say that we wouldn't have known about Christianity unless you gave it to us. First of all, you went all the way over there to Africa. Just like how you was in Africa way over there when you brought them people over. You've been back and forth to Africa. You knew exactly what the Bible was when you brought it to America. So it's not about thank me for why y'all know Christianity. No, thank us for why you know Christianity. Okay? And so I just think it's amazing how we troll each other without giving the actual truth of how things just are. No, I'm going to just sit here and I'm going to laugh at you for being somebody's lab experiment. You know, I forgot where I was. They're going to open my Juji fruits, bro. But, dang, where was I at? Dang, where was I at? But let me just try to pick up and like, hurry up, get to the what you going. Yeah, your history goes way beyond America, okay? And that which that's been, again, they got y'all over here a kikiing about other people's bloodlines. First of all, whatever they did in the lab, it actually worked. And so you were seeing living beings even now, okay? And when you say it was natural, but we said it's something that actually worked. But where was it before, and how do you read it in the scriptures? In the book of Genesis, I explained like a previous video. I don't remember the video, but it's in one of them previous videos, and I explained how when God caught up to Cain, no, not when he caught up to Cain, but when Cain was not working and tilling the ground like he was supposed to do, and then when him and Abel were supposed to bring their sacrifices to God, and Abel's was accepted and Cain's rejected, and God said that sin lies at his door, and pretty much telling him that instead of you working, you were sinning. So exactly what was Cain doing that sin lied at his door? So the same thing that his father and his mother were doing, which was cross breeding, okay? Cain himself was doing the same thing. So the same thing that men go into clinics, and they're okay, because I don't know how much in your area it costs, but the usual standard is between $50 and $75, and they had you do something in a cup, and y'all know because they give y'all magazines when y'all go in the bathroom, okay? But or they go ahead and they pay you for your DNA, okay? Your DNA helps to get women pregnant, and then when it comes to a woman and her ovaries, when it comes to her eggs and her storing her eggs, it helps somebody else as well as her to get pregnant. You know what I mean by somebody else? It's because we have a bunch of surrogates. This is where a lot of times IVF and stuff like that come in. So anyway, the sin that lied at Cain's door was not just him doing what y'all men do when y'all go to them clinics, but he was storing things. He was storing things, okay? And then especially when it came to what women usually do in these situations, they have their eggs stored, right? But I'm talking about Cain for right now because his is the sperm, and his sperm actually helps the egg to do what it does at the wild. Now, Michelle, how did he store it, and where did he store it at? In the water. Mind you, the fallen angels already done fell. The water spirits is already water spirits. The deeper you go into the water, the more refrigerated it is. It's not hard for y'all to understand that a marine kingdom actually happens. And that there are those who, like Cain, are family and kin to the beast on the earth, as well as the sea creatures and the fowl of the air. This is why them particular people just always think that they can just communicate with animals. And then when they maul y'all, because you always thinking that because y'all family, they be knowing these things. It's the stuff that black people in particular just don't want to put together. It's certain stuff about the Bible that you scared to talk about because you don't like how it look. Honey, you already doing stuff. They ain't got nothing. But even Cain been doing stuff, honey. I explained to this man because of his father being the serpent, the great dragon that y'all be like, reading about in the New Testament. He's kin to even those in the water. He was refrigerating himself. Good gracious.